What's up, everybody? Jay Leone back here today. Another video for you, back from my long vacation, back with a full slate of videos for your viewing pleasure. So yes, back in getting the swing of things. So excuse me as I may stumble here a little bit. We'll get right to it. Today we're going to do the review for the Vaporesso Target 75 watt mod and CCell Coil tank. I got this guy right here. I've had it for about 3 weeks now. This is the device. I'm showing you the box. This is the device right here. This is the coil, or the CCell Coil tank that comes with it, and the 75 watt mod that comes with it. This is the kit. You could also buy the tank or the mod by itself if you choose so. So let me tell you how much it is, where you're going to get it, and the specs for it. I paid $65 and I did order off eBay. I don't know why I ordered off eBay for some reason. I think maybe they had the cheapest price at the moment. It was this guy here, Subtank Supply. They got a website, subtanksupply.com. I'll put it in the bottom in the description like always. But you could also look around. The Vape NW has them for, I believe, $55 right now, which is a really good deal. They always have cheap prices. They have the full kit for $55, which I think is a good price. And then what is it? It's a kit. It's a 75 watt mod that uses a single 18650 and a tank that uses a special new coil ceramic they're using instead of cotton, and then the coils inside the ceramic, which we'll look at a little bit better up close, and you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. Quick specs for you on the tank. It's a 22 millimeter tank. It holds 3.5 mils of juice. It comes with a 0.2 ohm nickel coil and a 0.9 Canthal coil. The mod itself, it's made of zinc alloy and stainless steel. It's 510 threaded, OLED screen. Uses a single 18650, can fire down to 0.15 ohms, capable between 5 to 75 watts, and it does temp control in nickel only. 150 to 315 Celsius and 300 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. God, I can't talk. Alright, so yeah, that's the specs for you. Let's not waste any time. Let's go down to the table. Let's look at everything a little bit closer, and then we'll come up and wrap it up. Alright, everybody, so here we are up close and personal with the Vaporesso Target 75 watt kit. This is the kit that includes the CCell Coil tank. We'll open this up here. It's got a nice presentation package. Just tells you some info here on the back, what comes in there. Then here's a picture of the device. On the back we got, again, contents of the kit. And if we open this bad boy up, inside we will find a little instruction manual here. It's got a little bit of info, specs and stuff, and how to use the mod and charging the mod and stuff like that. And then right here we got this little card that's talking about the CCell replacement coils. You can see here they're using a ceramic material. It says no spitting, no dry head, self-cleaning, original aroma of e-juice, clean, pure, and consistent flavor, longer life cycle. We'll talk about all this here. I'll tell you what I think about all that. Yeah, it's just a ceramic coil with the, not ceramic coil. It's a piece of ceramic with the coil baked basically inside of the ceramic. And then there's a little strip of cotton wrapped around there. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's what the coil looks like here. You got 3 holes here and 3 holes on the other side. And, yeah. I believe it's a gold-plated coil, too, if that makes any difference. And you can see here a little bit about it. Actually showing the difference between their coil and regular traditional coils. And then, what you'll get inside this box, this is Vaporesso. That's the USB charge cable. And then you'll get the mod, which will pull out. You'll get the tank, which will also pull out. And you'll get a spare coil up here. One's already pre-installed in the tank. This one here, the blue O-ring, I believe this is the nickel coil. I have not used the nickel coil yet. It's Ni200 0.2 ohm coil. So you can see the design of the coil here. They both look the same. 3 holes there. It's got 3 sets of these 3 holes. So 1 set, 2 set, and 3 sets there. Got pretty decent sized holes here in the bottom post. And then you can see down here, you can see the piece of ceramic and the coil's inside that ceramic. So yeah, that's the coil. It's very shiny looking. It's gold plated supposedly. So let's look at the tank really quickly. Looks wise on this tank, nothing really special. Typical sub-ohm tank looking design. You got a removable 510 drip tip. I think this one's made of some type of plastic or acrylic. Double O-rings here at the base. Decent bore on it. You can put any drip tip you want in there that you choose. Here it says Vaporesso on the top of the tank. And then you got adjustable airflow here on the bottom. And it's very nice adjustable airflow. It's very firm. It's not loose whatsoever. You won't accidentally knock it off its setting. So you got a wider range of settings here. You got one on each side, obviously. And it's fully adjustable. Then you got a glass tank. Pyrex, I'm not sure what kind of glass they're using, but it is some type of glass they're using. O-ring here, and the base just unscrews when you want to fill it. It says Target here on the bottom. I think this appears to be a gold-plated 510 pin also. 510 threading. And you just unscrew this guy here. When you want to fill it, it is a bottom fill, which isn't a huge big deal to me, but I know some people do like top fill. And that will unscrew just like so. And this is the 0.9 ohm coil. I've been using it for like 3 to 4 weeks now, and it's still working really, really well. If you can see in there or not really. And yeah, when you want to fill it, you would just throw your juice down that side or that side. There's these two little gaps, you can see them there. You just throw it down the sides. Nice and easy. And the top does unscrew. I just don't want to empty my juice out. I don't want to spend too much time in this tank, but the top does unscrew for cleaning this guy out if you want to clean it up. Yeah, and that's your coil right here. And yeah, you just unscrew it when you want to replace it, and you can screw in your other coil. And there you go. There's the pin on the inside. So this is a standard Canthal 0.9 ohm build. 0.9 ohm coil. I'm sorry, 0.9 ohm coil. In this one here. And like I said, it's been working relatively well for over 3 weeks now. Let's screw that back in. And we'll put it back into the tank. And that's really all there is to see in the tank. What stands out is the coils. We'll talk more about these coils as we go up top. Alright, so now let's take a look at this mod here. This is a very unique looking device. I did not like the looks of it when I first saw it. It's grown on me though as I've been using it. It really stands out because it's so easy and comfortable to hold. It's really a joy. It's got like this, like, I don't know, it's a plastic. It feels of a plastic, but it's got its texture. You can see the texture on there. It does say Vaporesso, and it is branded right there. Let's start at the top here. Spring-loaded 510 pin. Again, appears to be gold-plated. This area here does nothing. It's almost like I just set my thumb on it. It's nice. I wish that was the button, though. That'd be a great spot for a button right there. Then you have what appears to be venting here on the side. And more venting on the other side. It says Target 75 VTC, which stands for Variable Temperature Control. And then to get your battery in and out, you have a notch down here, which you could grab with your nail and pull it out. Or you can actually, there's this little cut here and this little like cut in there here. I usually just grab it from there and pull out. And then you want to pull out and down, because it has this tab here. As you can see, it's a little scuffed up from taking it in and out. The tab corresponds to this little area here, and it just pops into that section. As you can see, clips right into place. So it is very easy to put on and take off, but it does not come loose on you. It's a nice sturdy back battery door. Battery just comes out there. Spring loaded up here, the positive section. Positive goes up here, negative goes down here. It is labeled. See the positive and the negative. Nice clean tray in here. Pop the battery back in. Put our door back on. Nice and easy. Love that. That does say Vaporesso then. Then you got your fire button here. Up and down buttons and a micro USB charge port. It supposedly is firmware upgradable, but from what I'm reading, actually, that could be a huge lie. It's not firmware upgradable. I was reading some forums that they said only the beta test units were firmware upgradable and the final units are not firmware upgradable. Very disappointing. I'll tell you why later. Well, you're going to see it now, actually. Okay. Well, let me show you this now since it's happening, because I can't just make it happen. It kind of just happens. Look at that screen. It is glitching out completely. That is, I don't know what's going on. I have it at 35 watts, and I have this bar blocking everything up here. I have no atomizer on there, but if I do slap an atomizer on here, which I will, okay, it will fire. No problem. Yeah, so this has been happening to me. Usually when I get, yep, see, now it's flickering. Usually this happens when I have 1/4 of a battery life remaining. So when I'm near the tail end of my battery, I still have battery life in here though. I've put it on a charger when this happens. Usually I'm around 3.6. So a little less than half actually in the battery life. This always happens. It could be my unit, but it is happening. And the worst part about it is, yeah, it still works. But the worst part about it is the screen won't turn off. It'll stay like this. Not touching nothing. It will stay like this till you take the battery out. And I didn't notice what was going on, so I had it sitting on the shelf, and I went to look at it, and I'm like, what's going on with my screen? And I went to grab it, and it was hot. Really, really hot. So I panicked, and I pulled the battery out real quick, and I put in a fresh battery, and we were fine. So it's a battery glitch, from what I can understand. Actually, if you kind of see behind there, that's a battery bar that's being shown. Just weirdly, and all glitchy like that. And you can see percentage numbers scrolling here, 50, 67 in the background. I don't know. Very odd, and not a good thing, because I already feel it getting hot. So you have to pull the battery. This is really dangerous if this happens and you don't notice it, because I don't know if it's going to vent or it's going to explode or what's going to happen. So I take the battery out, and we're going to grab a new battery for the purposes of this review. And let's put it in the right way. And here we go. Okay, and now we're back to normal. No issues now. It always happens when the battery starts to get low, but again, the battery's not dead. So, here we are. And there you go. I don't know if you can see that. I have no slack on my charger. I can't pull it any closer, but it does say 3.65 is the battery life remaining on this battery we just had in there. So the battery's not dead, but it is getting closer, close to dead. But that's what's going on. Anyways, back to this. So let's take a look at the screen, minus that issue there. Very nice clear screen, typical of what we usually are seeing here on these mods. Small writing here in the ohms. You see it says 0.90. It shows the applied voltage when you fire it, so 5.6. Battery life, and your wattage. Pretty typical stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turns it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turns it on. To adjust your power, just hold the either way button. It does go in 0.1 watt increments. It's lacking an accelerator because it is very, very slow. But it will go down all the way to 5 watts and all the way up to 75 watts. It will take quite a while to get to 75 watts, so I'm going to skip through some of this. And there you go. Minutes later, we're at 75 watts. So there you go. It goes up to 75 watts. 75 watts is a little high for a single 18650, but it can do that, and that's what it does. So, you can also fire down to 0.15 ohms, and it does do temperature control. I haven't used it a whole lot in temperature control, to be honest with you. Put it in temperature control, you hold the minus and the plus button together, and there you go, you're in temp mode. It will do temp mode, I believe, only in nickel. Yes, only nickel. So you can do your typical temps here, all the way up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit, down to, I believe, 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, 200. And then you'll round robin into Celsius. And it's got an auto sensing feature where it senses whether it's nickel or Canthal. And right now I have a Canthal build, so if I do try to fire it here in temp mode, yes, there it goes. It says not NI200. So it's telling me it's not a temperature control coil, and it's going to shoot me right back out into wattage mode. So that's nice that that's on there. And there doesn't appear to be a way to adjust your wattage when in temp mode. So this is one of those where you set your temp and that's it. It's going to fire the best wattage to get you to that temp. So yeah, to lock your resistance in temp mode, you're going to need to press the fire button and the down wattage button. There you go. You can see the little lock symbol that popped up on my atomizer. That means the resistance is locked. To unlock it, you do the same thing. And now we're unlocked. Now, let's get out of temp mode here. One other thing to flip the screen is 3 clicks of the fire button. 1, 2, 3. And the screen will flip. 1, 2, 3 to flip it back. And then you could also lock the device by holding the up wattage button and the fire button. You'll see system locked on the screen. And from there, you can't fire it, you can't adjust, nothing. It's completely locked. To unlock it, just hold the plus button and the fire button to unlock it. And that is pretty much the menu system on here. So let's go up top and let's talk a lot more about this guy. Something I just realized I forgot to mention is it does have venting here on the bottom, quite a bit of venting. I think I forgot to show that in the up close. So there you go. It's a very unique device. Definitely uniquely shaped here. I honestly, when I first saw it, I'm like, that is an ugly looking thing. Why is it, hangs over here and everything? But really, when you hold it and you get to experience it, it is really a joy to hold. It's not with its cons, though. You saw one of them already. It is very comfortable. It's almost like a pistol grip. I'd hate to say that because, in this world where everything's considered bad and everything, but it kind of does look like a pistol grip, and it kind of holds like one. Like, you got your trigger right here. Super comfortable. Super easy to fire. Yeah, and then it's got this landing pad here, which, again, I wish that would have been a button of some sort, because it just would have been nice to just go bam, bam, bam. But no, it's just a landing pad. So I kind of hold it with my thumb here sometimes. Sometimes I wrap my thumb around it. Kind of it is what it is kind of thing. Let me start with the mod. Again, the best thing about it is it's comfortable and it works well. It works well until your battery starts to get below half. Then you get that weird error. Now, if you have one of these mods, please, please, please comment below. I want to know. I have a feeling I probably just got a bad mod. It could be. Could just be me. But I mean, it seems dangerous because it's getting hot. So I can't say that that's a good thing. Firmware upgradable, according to them, yes. According to what I've read online, no. It's not firmware upgradable. And I can't find firmware for this anywhere. Because maybe there's a firmware that fixes that bug that's going out on my screen. That would be nice. I can't find one, though, and I just recently checked. So maybe some will come out. I'm not too sure about it. 75 watts, I mean, it feels accurate. It feels about as accurate as every other, China device I've had. I'm not noticing any power delay or anything like that. It seems to fire up as soon as you hit that button. Works good in temperature mode and works great in wattage mode. The accelerometer on here, I wish the accelerometer was faster, because if you're somebody that flops through wattage a lot like I do, it takes forever. Takes freaking forever. The buttons are really nice and clicky. I like that. Overall, it's a pretty nice mod, especially comfort and size-wise. What do I have around here? Here's an iStick 40 watt. I always compare it to this. 40 watt TC right there. It's taller than it, as you could see there. But you just, how slender and thin it is, it just feels right. I'll give you my overall recommendation, my overall thumbs up, not thumbs up, overall do I recommend it at the end. But that's the mod. So now let's get to the tank. The tank, how's it been using it? It's been surprisingly well. I really didn't think these ceramic coils would be any good whatsoever. I've had 1, no dry hits on it. 2, very minimal spit back, which is a huge pet peeve of mine. So, very minimal. 3, no leaking. So, those are the 3 things there. None of that's been happening. And the coil itself, because the tank itself is nothing spectacular. It's a regular sub-ohm tank, basically. It looks like every other sub-ohm tank on the market. There's really nothing that sets this tank apart from any other tank except for the coil. Now, the coil. I heard something that was a little scary, but then again, in vaping, I don't tend to believe everything I hear because there's so many this and that. This does this, that does that. I know vaping has its risks. It's less risky than smoking. That's the point of the thing. But anyways, I've heard that these coils, it was in Grim Green's log, I guess, that they could be bad and you shouldn't vape on them. I don't know. I haven't experienced any adverse effects. I feel fine. And I'm going to continue to use them until something comes out that says it's proven, don't vape on them, whatever. So I'm not going to go by that info. But anyways, besides for that little scare, so I do know about that already. I do know that they could be harmful, and I do know you're not, according to this report. So the flavor on it. Let me start with the flavor. The flavor has been spectacular. Probably, I will come out and say it is the best flavor I've had in a sub-ohm tank. The best flavor I've had in a sub-ohm tank. It's that good. It's really that good. And the wicking is great. There's no dry hits, no problems with it whatsoever. It just keeps up. And I thought maybe there'd be some wicking issues with this, with the juice not being able to get to the ceramic, or the ceramic not be able to absorb better, or absorb as quick as cotton. It's not the case at all. And durability, that's another thing. 3.5 weeks-ish, and I'm still going. I'm probably going to go over 4 weeks here soon, because I don't notice any drop-off yet. Still working really good. Still working really good. So as far as that goes, that's great too. And what does a 5-pack of these coils cost? Let me tell you what the 5-pack of coils cost here. Vape NW's got 5 packs of Canthal coils, 0.9 ohm, $9.99, and the nickel coils, $9.99. For that price, that is fantastic. You could, for $10, you could have a coil last you a month. That means a 5-pack will last you 5 months. Holy crap. That's great. I love that. This tank is fantastic. The airflow, it may not be for those really loose vapors, people that like loose draws, because it's not super loose. To me, it's a restrictive long hit, which is fine. It's kind of how I like it. It's loose enough to get a nice cloud out of it. And not too loose to where you lose all flavor. So the vapor is pretty good. You can see it yourself. And I can chain hit this, no problem whatsoever. I'm having a hard time giving any cons to this tank. Now, if the coils end up being harmful, then that's going to be a huge con, and I'm going to throw this tank away because it won't be any good. So if that happens, this will throw this whole video out of the garbage, basically. I highly, highly recommend these coils and give them a try. These ceramic coils, I think they may be onto something. Now, as far as the mod, based on the one I'm using, I can't recommend the mod. Unfortunately, even though I love this mod, I haven't been using it because I'm afraid that something's going to happen and it's going to blow up. So after I'm done with this video, the mod's going back on the shelf, taking the battery out. That's it. So, because of that issue, if I didn't have that issue, I would highly, highly recommend this mod. So maybe if this issue is something that's only happening to mine, then I would definitely recommend it. But because of the issue, in good conscience, I can't recommend it. And then a mod blows up on you, and you bought it because of me, or you bought it based on my recommendation, I'd feel like an ass. So I'm going to go with I'm not recommending the mod. So I hope you understand that. That is the Vaporesso 75 watt, the Target 75 watt VTC, and the CCell, is it the CCell or the C-Coil? CCell Coil tank. And again, that tank is, I really recommend it. I don't know what the tank's going for. I think it's less than $20, and if it is, it's a steal. Again, I think it's fantastic. It's just fantastic. That's all I've been using as far as sub-ohm tanks. Alright, so yeah, that's the review for that. Hope some of that information was helpful. But I do have a giveaway that I did promise I was going to do, so we're going to do that right now. Alright, and for the giveaway, first let me start off by telling you what it is that I'm giving away. I did some cleaning, I had to get rid of some things, I just can't keep everything that gets sent to me always. So I'm just going to start giving it away, and the more I get, the more I'll give, obviously. Let's start off with the mods we're giving away. I'm going to give away the Clopper Mini here. I did a review for this a while back, so if you want to see it, you can look at the review. It's I believe this one's a 50-watt device. It uses a single 18650 magnetic backdoor here, and this one I believe does temp control also. That's a really small mod, a really good mod for going out with. Didn't use it a whole lot. I reviewed it. I thought it was an overall pretty good mod. Just, again, can't use everything, can't keep everything. And I guess the big one here would be this guy here. Let me pull the skin off of it. It's my trusty old Sigelli 150. I love this thing. I use this a lot. It's actually in great shape because I had the skin on it for the majority of the time. It uses two 18650s. Again, magnetic door. It does 150 watts. No temp control on here, but it's a great performer. This thing was great. I'll throw in the skin here too for you. No batteries are going to be included with this, so make sure you go get yourself some batteries if you win, or if you win, you probably already have batteries, whatever. Especially with this one, make sure you get 2 brand new 18650s and use them together and charge them together. So Clopper 50 and Sigelli 150. With the Clopper 50, I do have the box and the charger and stuff. And a skin. I'll include that also. I'll try to include the box if I can fit it in there. So those are 2 mods I'm getting rid of. And then we have this, which I told you about in the last video, the Coral tank here, the CCell Tech tank. It's like a sub-ohm tank. It is a sub-ohm tank. It's a, what do you call it, TFV4 kind of clone type thing. It's got 2 coils, 1 installed and a spare here. So that's yours for the, this one's not used. This is brand new sealed, so I haven't touched this one. So you'll get that one, and then I have this one here, which was one of my favorites at the time. I just don't use it anymore. This is the Silo Beast tank, which uses the Atlantis coils. I'm going to throw a coil in here, a fresh one. You will need a drip tip. I don't want to give you a drip tip because my mouth's been on it, so I'm sure everybody's got drip tips. So there you go, Silo Beast tank, and this is the long tank. Again, I have reviews for all these on my channel, so if you want to see any info about them, you can go there and check that out. So you get 2 sub-ohm tanks, and then just some juice that I'm not using or don't use. Yeah, just a handful of juice here. There you go. I'm not going to go over them all, but some of these I've had a little bit of each bottle. Just, you know, juices I just don't touch. I have so much juice. I can't vape it all. So it's just stuff that's been sitting there, and I'd rather give it to somebody than just trash it in the trash. Somebody will like it, somebody, you know, whatever. So there you go. 2 mods, 2 sub-ohm tanks, and a handful of juice. There you go. So that's what you're winning. The contest will go. We'll give this one a little bit longer so we can get some more entries in here. We'll go to February 4th, which is a Thursday, 11:59 p.m. That's when the contest will end. As always, it'll be nice and simple. Contest giveaway, I mean. All you have to do is 1, be a subscriber to the video, 2, like said video, and 3, leave a comment below. Just in the comment, make sure somewhere in the comment it says enter me into the contest, or I want to enter, or something of that nature. Because if you do, then I'll know you want to be entered. And unfortunately, you still have to be a resident of the United States, of the states of the USA. Just because of shipping restrictions and things of that nature. I'm sorry. Hopefully, I know I say this all the time, one day that will change. That day is not today. Unfortunately, the day is not today, because I know I have a lot of loyal followers across the seas. So still, thank you for your support. So thank you to all of you for your support, because if it wasn't for you, I can't give nothing away, because I would have nothing to review, and I wouldn't have this channel. So I appreciate it. I really do. So I don't want to make this video any longer than it is. Like I said, till February 4th, 11:59 you have to enter, subscribe, like, comment. You're entered, and we'll pick a winner. I'll announce a winner in a video, and then we'll go from there. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, I'll put a subscription link down in the corner. And until next time, live well and vape on.